I am in Michigan. If I were standing right here 125 years ago, I would say I am in Celery City.
'Cause these are main streets. Something about a hometown speaks to me. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. The heart and soul of communities right here on these main streets.
I am in Kalamazoo. In 1900, Kalamazoo was the celery capital of the world. No kidding. Nearby mucklands, which I'm not even sure I had mucklands where I grew up, were perfect for growing celery. Earlier in the late 1800s, it was known as Paper City. The Bryant Paper Company was the #1 producer in the state of Michigan of book paper. And by World War II, a number of local mills made Kalamazoo the #1 producer of paper in the nation. And later on in the 1950s, our country's first pedestrian mall was built in downtown Kalamazoo. So it was called Mall City. I call it Kalamazoo. Locals call it Kazoo. It is located in southwest Michigan. It's in Kalamazoo County on the Kalamazoo River, just north of Interstate 94. It's a city of 76,000 people, and I swear every one of these people has a kazoo. No, I swear. Kazoo, kazoo, get it? It's a thing here. I'm excited we're at the Air Zoo. First of all, the Air Zoo, why is it called that?
Of the first 9 aircraft, really the first 5 were all named after animals, like a flying tiger and a wildcat. And so the nickname Air Zoo was born. And of course, a play on Kalamazoo as well. And so we have grown from 9 aircraft to now having over 100 rare and unique aircraft and spacecraft.
Yeah.
So it is a true immersive aerospace and science experience.
Talk about this guy, like
All right.
when and why and how.
Okay, so this is the SR-71, the fastest aircraft in the world. Flew over 2,000 miles per hour. In fact, the fastest one ever flown was 2,193 miles per hour.
We're not gonna take it out today.
So this airplane here,
Yeah.
this is that same airplane when it was pulled out of Lake Michigan
Wow.
after this one was down on the bottom of the lake for 44 years.
On Lake
All right.
Michigan. Who knew?
We have 75 restoration volunteers who are here every day. They have skills.
Hey, you guys.
We got this engine so it'll turn. You want to see that?
Can you do it?
Sure.
Thank you. There it goes.
Now slide the pipe down. Just slide the pipe down through.
Oh, I get it. That's why you're working on it and I'm not.
When you get to be past 90 in all the easy way.
Are you past 90?
I'm 93.
You're 90. You give me hope, Kenny.
I got another 30 years to
I have
go.
another 30.
Larry Bell started brewing beer in 1985. He is, one of the founding fathers of craft beer back in that time.
In order to get this whole thing started, laws had to be changed, and the young Larry Bell got that done, and that includes this spot we're in today.
Yeah.
At one point you could not sell beer on site for a brewery, and Larry got that law changed.
Were you the first microbrewery in this, or one of the first in the state of Michigan?
Yeah, we're actually the oldest craft brewery east of Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Bell's is a brewery. It's a pub. It's a restaurant. It's got an incredible beer garden. So when you started here 20 years ago, it was simpler and smaller, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually this room. I used to study here.
In this room.
Yeah, and I have just kind of, a little more upbeat than, maybe the library. Just a little change of scenery.
You're like this far from downtown, but in an area that looks industrial to me, but then you come to this sort of, respite through it all.
It's really fun to talk to Larry about that. When he started in '85, this place was, he said, I wouldn't walk to my car by myself, just on the edge of town, just not a lot going on here. And now, like you said, if you're walking around here on a Friday night, you're like, where's everybody going? Because they're going over there, everybody's just kind of going everywhere, kind of seeing it all on foot.
Is there still stuff made on this site?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have an active brewery here. Do a lot of neat innovation things. So you want to try out something new, we're going to do it here. We have the opportunity to make a beer, to put it on draft, to serve it on the bar, and somebody says, like, don't do that again. Or maybe they say, this is fantastic.
So we stopped by here and went to the beer garden. Just so you know, it's like one of the most incredible beer gardens that I've ever sat in.
You can either, see a family out there, mom and dad having a beer and kids having fun, or, some folks just rode their bikes in off, the KRVT to get a beer. I mean, it truly is a special gathering place out there.
And I love the fact that halfway through, as we're sitting there, the Amtrak came by.
So, I mean, if he sees us out here, he might let us know that he sees us.
Those whistles say, I want a beer, don't they?
Right?
I am in front of the Epic Center in downtown Kalamazoo. There is an event that happens here every other year that's incredible. It's called the Gilmore Piano Festival. Every other year, 30,000 people come for 3 weeks to enjoy the best and the most promising musicians in the world. NPR called this the largest gathering of piano talent in the Western Hemisphere. Downtown Kalamazoo. Look it up, it's incredible.
Don't upset me. Don't upset me. Did you see that?
Did I say anything?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right. How I started barbecuing, my husband threw me my 31st birthday party, right? And we barbecued. Everybody in Kalamazoo was like, why y'all don't sell this? And I'm like, I don't know. Rib tip, to get it that tender, you see how tender that is?
Yeah.
That crust right there, that's all flavor. And that color, that's that lacquer. If it ain't lacquered, don't eat it. Took everybody's recipe and amped them up. Like they were kind of like flat, they were kind of old school. So this is a new way of doing it. And now my daughter is here, took my recipes, and now she even put a twist on them. This is my cousin, Crystal, my first cousin.
Good.
For some reason, she thinks she my sister.
I'm my sister cousin.
Sister cousin. And your daughter.
I'm Kishana.
Kishana?
Yep, everybody call me Kiki.
No,
Kiki.
we don't. They nuts back there in the back.
That flavor?
That flavor.
No, what is a flavor? Tell me, what is that?
Love.
Love.
Yeah. Green beans, white potatoes. Hold on, you need some of that right now, man.
Okay, ma'am.
Let's change your life right now.
Are these green beans?
Them green beans.
This is candy.
It's delicious,
What are
isn't
you
it?
talking?
And my husband is just the sweetest thing ever.
Share with me one time how you met that guy. One
I
more
met Terrence in cooking school at the Votex Center. I had his old locker, I didn't know it.
Ooh.
For 30 days, I came to school. Every day it was something in my locker. A dozen roses, candy, just, he was so romantic. Some kind of way I fell in love with him, and I'm still with him 28 years later. That's a long time to be with somebody. I guess I like him a little, you know. So this is about 2 pounds of meat. How do I know it's 2 pounds? Because I know.
And why on this corner? Why are you on this corner?
This is my corner.
Oh, okay.
This is my corner.
Now I know.
The red light is my best friend.
Oh, I bet.
Every red light gets me a customer. Every red light.
Because they smell it.
They smell
Yeah.
it. I need meat, bring it to me, baby. Cameraman, get in here. Get in here, man.
Jason.
I wake up every morning and what I do what I love to do.
Yeah. Do you know what you need, though?
What I need.
You need your own television show.
I know. You ain't telling me nothing we don't know. Everybody know that.
Kalamazoo is almost exactly between 2 larger cities. Can you guess those cities? Remember when the American dream was being able to say, I made that, I built that? Wouldn't it be great if your kids and grandkids chose a career that provides that kind of pride with good pay, but without a ton of student loan debt? A 4-year degree isn't the only path to success. We need talented people to make and build. Tell the young people you love that skilled work isn't a thing of the past. It's a bright future.
Being diagnosed with breast cancer changes everything, and it happens every single day. Patients and caregivers are quickly immersed in medical issues, but it's the lack of control and feelings of helplessness that can be crushing. ABCD trains breast cancer survivors who can provide support and hope that can only come from someone who's been there. From diagnosis through treatment and beyond, all services are free and virtual.
Wisconsin's picture-perfect historic downtown Greendale isn't just a great backdrop for photos. It's the perfect place to find unique gifts, spend time with a friend, learn about the past, and enjoy the beautiful flowers. Ask anyone who's made memories here. We'll all tell you the same thing. You just gotta see Greendale. Detroit, 142 miles that way. Chicago, 138 miles that way. So if one night you're playing trivia and the question is, what city is halfway between Detroit and Chicago? Kalamazoo is what you'll say. It'll be ding, 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 ding. You're the winner. The Kalamazoo Promise. People love to talk about it. It's kind of an incredible thing that happens here in Kalamazoo.
In 2005, the then superintendent of schools, Janice Brown, announced at a school board meeting that all students that graduate from the Kalamazoo Public Schools from then on would have their tuition and mandatory fees paid to any in-state public, college, or university. Now, just imagine that announcement going out at a board meeting.
Yeah.
Some people were crying, some people were just filled with tears of joy, laughter.
And this was to last for how long?
It's in perpetuity.
How does this happen?
Yeah, I know it. It's a beautiful thing. The anonymous donors, and they remain anonymous to this day. So far, close to $160 million has gone to human capital investment in students that have graduated from the Kalamazoo Public Schools.
Because that's really what that is. It's an investment.
Absolutely.
Is what that is.
I think it's the greatest investment we could really make in our youth and in those that are going to continue to progress.
Kalamazoo is famous for so many things. Gibson guitars, made here from 1902 through 1984. Home of the champion sled and saucer. Come on, I had one of those. Home of the checker cab. I left my wallet in one of those. We're at Layla's Cool Pops. You're young, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And you started this company when?
When I was 10 in 2015.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. So I was looking up for an entrepreneurial thing for my class.
Yeah.
And I found that and I was like, ooh, those look really good. We have a red velvet cupcake chocolate with milk chocolate frosting. Then we have a lemonade, which is really good for the summers.
Can you talk about your mission?
I knew that if I started a business, it had to help somebody else. And so my mission was to help homeless because I've always had a heart for helping other people, especially homeless people. I have to say, you look really good in this Layla's Cool Pops apron.
Do you think?
Yes, we can model,
And
fashion show.
wow, that'll come next. There's your mom.
Hi, everybody.
Step in right here. Push it into the frosting.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Voila.
Well, did you know this business before Layla said this is what I want to do?
No, sir. She said this is what we want to do, and we said, okay, we'll figure it out.
Tap a little bit.
Yep,
like
tap
that.
a little bit, just like that.
And now, ta-da! Okay, I was looking forward to this the most. Mmm.
Delicious.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, this was fun.
Yes,
thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Sure. First of all, we walked in and all I really wanted to talk about is this.
We do truffles, caramels covered in chocolate. We do chocolate covered fruit. We do chocolate bars. We do chocolate barks and chocolate covered nuts. And
It's all about chocolate.
yeah,
Yeah. Has chocolate always been your business?
not at all.
Not
no.
at all. What?
And I started working counseling young people who were court involved,
Okay.
who had to get counseling as a part of their probation requirement. You're 15 or 16, have a couple of felonies on your record. Super hard to make a real life for yourself.
Yeah.
So I've opened up this chocolate shop to provide employment opportunities for young people with felony records and other barriers to employment.
Oh, nice.
And there's a play on words, confections with
Oh,
convictions.
sure.
Actually, it should have been confections with adjudications, but it doesn't have quite the same ring.
You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea in 10 years how many kids you've employed?
Last I looked was a little over 35.
35. These are delicious.
Yeah.
Do you want them the last bite?
Do you want to try your hand at doing a little garnishing of some chocolate?
You start at the top.
Yeah.
That looks almost avant-garde art.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, see that one? See, it got better, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
That's almost perfect.
Yeah.
That was my first one. By the end, looking pretty good. Dale, there's a problem. One is missing.
What?
This one is missing.
You don't talk that on your breath, do you?
A little bit. I love firsts. This is Nicole Triplett. She is the first African-American woman winemaker in the state of Michigan. It's called the Rocher Collection, and Rocher is...
My middle name.
Oh, nice.
So if you're into traditional wine drinking, you'll find something. If you are into what I call fruit flavors, you are going to really enjoy our peach mango, strawberry watermelon. This is our wine tower with 5 of our cocktails. Look at that presentation.
Are there rules around? You can't have that wine with this.
Yeah, there's lots of people that are very strict, like my fruit flavors. They would, no, throw that away, trash that.
Oh, really?
But Michigan is a sweeter wine state, so it's working great here.
Is it made here in Kalamazoo?
It is made here in Kalamazoo. Some are made in Finnville. We gather our grapes off of the Lake Michigan shore.
You do?
So this is a pure Michigan wine, fun wine.
Yeah. What did you do before you started? I love this.
Well, I'm a psychologist. No, we're not drinking during session.
What'd your mom say?
So she was more so like, oh, are you gonna be a wino? Wait a minute, Mom, no. I'm just gonna make the wine. When they're on the shelf in the retail stores, I'm like, you're gonna do great. There's nothing else like you. You're beautiful. You have to talk to the wine.
Yeah. Hi, Rocher kids.
It's your time to shine, Capriccio.
She's talking to the wine. Okay.
I don't need to see a psychiatrist. Gorgeous.
If you were born and raised, or if you've ever lived in Kalamazoo, this question is not for you. In 1886, William Upjohn created the first friable pill, which meant that it could be crushed and it would dissolve, which really revolutionized the way you took medicine. Later on, he created prednisone and cortisone and Xanax and Motrin, among other things. 2015, the company that Upjohn created became part of a larger company, which created a product that we are all very familiar with. Can you name that company and the product? Next time on John McGivern's Main Streets, their work life is just to eat the grass?
Yeah, they're spoiled.
So it's 9:30 in the morning, and now we're having pizza for breakfast. Very nice, London. Hello. That's really good. That's delicious.
This will bring people in, just the smell, won't it?
Oh, I just followed my nose here. You got a strike?
Well, I'm done. Upjohn turned into Pfizer. Pfizer is a huge employer in the Kalamazoo area. Over 2,800 people work here, and it's the largest manufacturing facility in the Pfizer network. And if you, like me, got the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, it came from right here in Kalamazoo. Great story. Gilmore Car Museum. Who's Gilmore, and when did he open the door?
Don Gilmore was the president and CEO of Upjohn Pharmaceuticals, and he retired in the early 60s. And after a little while of being home with his wife, Genevieve said, Don, we got to find you something to do.
Get a hobby, Don.
Get a hobby.
How big is your operation here?
We're the largest car museum in North America. We have 90 acres, 29 buildings on site. We have 8 car museums in one.
How many cars total in all of this acreage and buildings?
All of the galleries, we have about 400 cars,
Yeah.
but then we have about another 120 cars in our storage vaults. Everybody has a story about a car.
Of course.
My first car was a 1959 Cadillac convertible. It was my
You're
first
fancy.
car.
Come on. My father collected Thunderbirds. It's funny to walk through here and be like, oh my Lord, there's my dad. So they were all convertibles, right?
Yeah.
55, 56, 57, all convertibles.
Yeah, and they had the hardtop convertible, which was a little awkward because you had to have a place to store it.
You know, there's a connection to these cars. Can I tell you, one of my first cars was a 1951 Chevy, and I see a 50 here.
Yes.
And mine was a forest green.
Yeah, this is a beautiful car. And
it's gorgeous, huh?
Yep. We also have the lowest mileage Tucker in the world.
The
It only has
Tucker, come on.
61 miles on it. This is probably another one of the top cars in our collection. This is a 39 Delahaye. They only made 4 of them. So I'm a car guy from way back, and so this is really heaven for me. I call this my happy place here.
And it should be.
Yeah.
It could be a lot of people's happy place.
It is a lot of people's happy place. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. I'm in Bronson Park in downtown Kalamazoo. I know you're wondering, who's Bronson? It's a good story. Back in 1831, Titus Bronson and his brother came here from Connecticut, and they bought 160 acres west of the river, and they platted out the town of Bronson. 5 years later, Titus was accused, and convicted, and sent away for stealing a cherry tree. So the influential people in Bronson said, we can't live in a town that was named after a man who would do that. So they changed the name to Kalamazoo. I guess Mr. Kalamazoo was squeaky clean now, wasn't he? Yeah. You're never too old to learn, this is what I learned today, that Kalamazoo, Michigan is the bedding plant capital of the world.
Bedding plants are the kinds of flowers you plant outside around your house, and you plant them in your flower beds.
We're at your greenhouse. It's Wenke Greenhouses. How many acres of greenhouses?
Total, we have 60 acres of greenhouses. Yeah, you only walk through 18, though. So have you ever been to a greenhouse like this before? We have to trick them into thinking it's time to bloom right now. From this location, everybody that we sell to are garden centers or landscapers. Bet you're wishing it was a little closer.
This is your family business.
That's correct.
It started when?
1942. My grandfather, actually both of my grandparents were celery farmers, and then they both got into growing flowers after that. We have learned how to grow in environments that are less than ideal. If you look around here, you see a lot of artificial lighting. We do a lot with underground heating, so even though it's only 20 degrees outside, it can be 80 degrees here if we want it to be.
What's your electric bill a month?
I'm not going to tell you that.
I thought I'd ask.
These are called Gerbera daisies. A lot of people think of them as a spring item, but they also do well in the fall. These are called Viking begonias. They have a much darker leaf, so they call it a chocolate color leaf. But one of the biggest mistakes that people make is they take the water and they put it right over the center. Eventually, then the plant will start falling apart in the center. If you can pick it up and actually water underneath, that'll be a lot better for the plant.
People are really so happy that we're talking to you. Do you know that?
We would call that an accent plant. It's called citronella.
Citronella. Is it the citronella that you find in the can?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is one that people like a lot because it keeps mosquitoes away.
Because isn't that another thing you have to worry about a lot as far as bugs? And
sure, we worry about bugs a lot.
And what bug is the worst?
Any bug that's eating my plants is the worst.
Any of them.
Yeah.
So we drove on our way here and we saw a lot of greenhouses that did not have your name on.
Yeah, it's one of the things that makes Kalamazoo the bedding plant capital of the world is the fact that we work together. If I have a question, maybe if I've been stumped and I don't know, we'll call each other and say, what did you do that made it work?
So there's room for all.
I think so.
Beautiful to you from Kalamazoo. Nice. You had no idea that was so big, did you? Yeah. This is the Topiary Award of the Year for the ostrich, or the dodo bird, the peacock, or the pink flamingo. I don't know what it is, but it sure is pretty. Yeah. Ta-da! Every community owes a debt of gratitude to its veterans. We join the people of Kalamazoo honoring and remembering all of those who served. Have you ever been to that place? That place where there's always something new to see? Where there's always something new to learn? That place with so much beauty that it fills you up with joy. That place that speaks your mind and your heart, where inspiration feeds your soul, and where the wonder of the natural world is always growing. Ryman Gardens at Iowa State University. This is that place. John McGivern's Main Streets would not be possible without the generous support of our sponsors, for believing in our mission and committing to supporting our upper Midwest communities. Thank you so much, sponsors. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Hello, Mayor.
Oh, good to see you.
Yes.
You know there's more, stacks more at mainstreets.tv because John just has too much fun with too many people.
Yes, there is a Kalamazoo, and we're it.
Find me on social media or go to our website. This is going to be fun.
Decepticons, the Moped Army here in Kalamazoo. How did this all happen?
About 1996, 1997, a couple of great pals got into mopeds, wanted to start a community of friends that would ride mopeds together.
Decepticons, is that your club name or is it Moped Army or?
Moped Army is the name of the overall organization across the country.
Okay.
The first branch was started in Kalamazoo in 1997 as the Decepticons, but there are many branches across the country and many members.
And the purpose of a moped, why did they build them in the first place?
They became very popular in the United States in the 70s during the gas crisis because they get about 100 miles to the gallon.
That's okay, isn't it?
And a lot of families would buy those. So.
Yeah. Well, what kind of power is on these mopeds?
When we're talking mopeds, it's a 50cc or lower vehicle that's able to be propelled by pedals.
Okay. Tell me what you guys do together, what the group does together.
We get together, we work on bikes, we ride, we barbecue. Branches are hosting rallies every year. We're going to line up over there and get some Olympics going. The Olympics are just kind of some fun things that we do at our rallies.
These are the slow competition, just so you know. So they have to be the last to get across that line, going really slow. Ha! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is the bike on?
So I drive a 49cc Yamaha. This is a moped. It's different. It's a little smaller. Do I look big on this? Oh, the open road.
The main streets of Kalamazoo speak to me.
There's nowhere else I'd rather be. The heart and soul of communities right here.
Kalamazoo's, that just doesn't sound right. Is it fine? I'm excited. We're at the.
I'm sorry.
Where are you going?
I was.
Are you going to trust me to do that, Dale?
Not really.
Go feed the judge. Right there, because you know we're gonna go to jail eventually. We gotta feed the judge. She know we gonna do something.